Good morning, everybody. It is Start, Sit, Different Day. It is Saturday of week 6 of the NFL season. I am the fill-in analyst here, Josh Hudson. Joe is hosting. Unfortunately, Faith is still taking some time. Hurricane Ian has not been fun. But we got a few fun guests this week. Austin Amendolia, our DFS writer with Club Fantasy, is joining us. And for the first time on a Club Fantasy broadcast, we have trash sandwiches from In Between Media, and I am so incredibly excited. I got a chance to get to know her at the Expo this year. So much fun. Love her to death. Let's get into it and answer all of your Start Sit questions for week 6.
Welcome into Start, Sit, Different Day. I'm your host, Joe Zollo. I almost said no pun intended. I'm just so used to doing that at this point. Josh, of course, is here. Austin is here. And as I have told her, I will call her throughout the show, Trash is also here. Ariel.
You did it anyway.
I'm remembering. She's like REL. So that's how I have to. I'm sticking that in the head. Capital R, capital E, capital L. How is everybody doing on this lovely Saturday morning in the middle of October? Don't everyone jump at once. I mean,
yeah, right.
Don't everyone jump at once.
I mean, the temperature is dropping a little bit too quickly for my liking here in North Carolina. It's like I'm starting to have to get into a little bit of winter clothing, and I'm like, no, let's not do that yet. So we're doing fine, but we'd like to stay a little warm.
Dang, yeah, North Dakota, it's really scorching heat up here. So, how cold is it today, Austin? Let me ask, how cold is it today?
1 second, let me check the Weather Channel up.
Thank you.
Wait, it's 62.
The high today in North Dakota is 59. So,
well, that's why I didn't choose to live there.
Oh my God.
Currently 45 in Vermont, so.
Yes.
Okay, but Vermont's charming.
I'm from New Hampshire. Let's go. Right up there.
Yeah. North Country.
Yeah, the upside down New Hampshire is what we like to call you. Yeah.
Well, and I lived in South Dakota, so we're just like opposites.
Nice. That's what it is. Vermont is the upside down New Hampshire, and I don't want to hear otherwise.
That's
well, New Hampshire is the upside down Vermont, but yeah.
No, it's not. No. You weren't the 9th state to ratify the Constitution to create the United States, so we get priority over you. So I think is how that works.
I mean, we're still better.
Well, better. Yeah. You're not called the Granite State. You guys just have syrup. You're basically Canada. You're known for syrup.
That's incredible. Wow. What do you got against syrup?
You have a problem with syrup?
I don't have anything against syrup, but you're basically Canada. No one refers to New Hampshire as Canada. They refer to it as cool.
How often are you using
Canada?
Yeah.
How often are you using granite in your daily life?
Granite countertops?
Well, aren't you rich and fancy?
Guess you can afford that in North Dakota.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the cost of living is half of a penny. So that's why it's nice up here. Okay, I'm gonna go through the injuries here, and then we'll let some questions scamper in. Said that because Mr. Scampers is in the chat. Still, one of my favorite profile pictures is just a cat, and it's fantastic. Okay, quarterback. Oh, Axel Hoyer is out. Dang, that's tough to see. I wish Mac Jones was doubtful, so that way we could get more Bailey Zappi, but Mac Jones is questionable. Tua's playing, I'm pretty sure.
They've still said he's out this week, but he's slated to return in week 7. Teddy Bridgewater is likely to be the backup for this week because they prepared to start Skylar Thompson.
Okay, there was a tweet that was confusing this morning. I just saw Tua to return Sunday, and that kind of confused me. But okay, Tua's out. Baker is doubtful. Jameis Winston, Teddy Bridgewater, Dak Prescott, all questionable. Aforementioned Teddy's probably going to be the backup this week. Running backs, Cam Akers, James Conner, Darrell Williams, all out. Justice Hill is doubtful. We had to add him on the injury list? Really? No offense to Justice Hill, but we had to add him on there?
Hey, get up with Ryan.
All right, yeah. Ryan, really? Jonathan Taylor, Melvin Gordon, Raheem Mostert, Nyheim Hines, Alexander Madison, and Damian Harris, all questionable. Receivers, again, the list just goes on and on. Jarvis Landry, Michael Thomas, Christian Watson, Kadarius Toney, Kenny Golladay, Rashad Bateman, all out. Julio Jones is doubtful, most likely. Again, if you see doubtful, they're out. They're out. No one has ever played on the doubtful tag since they kind of switched that up. Cooper Kupp, CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, Keenan Allen, Chris Olave, Jacoby Myers, Zay Jones, Wan'Dale Robinson, Nelson Aguilar, all questionable. This sucks. Why can't it be like guys that we're not going to start or play or anything like that? Why does it have to be like Cooper Kupp, Keenan Allen? Why do we have to do this to us? Tight end, Pat Freiermuth is out. Everyone else questionable. Tyler Higbee, Kyle Pitts, Dawson Knox, Hayden Hurst, and Jonnu Smith. Kickers are people too. Matt Prater is out for the Arizona Cardinals. Dustin Hopkins is questionable for the Los Angeles Chargers. Every fill-in kicker I've seen for the Chargers has some verkakte name that I've never heard in my life, like Tristan Vizcaino last year. The dude they have now his name is throwing me for a loop, and I don't know his name off the top of my head because it's not like a Matt Prater, just a generic white guy name. It's a very confusing ethnic white guy name, and I don't know it. So, but again, you're not starting him in fantasy football, so that doesn't really matter. Although there are two prominent fantasy football kickers out this week because of bye weeks, Daniel Carlson and Kaimi Fairbairn. So if you're like me and you drafted a kicker well, you might have had to go out and pick yourself up a kicker, which is shocking that Graham Gano is out there on waiver wire. I think he's like the number 2 kicker so far this year for the 4-1 New York Giants, which I wish I could rub it in Josh's
Baffling
face.
to me.
Yeah, it's
Just baffling to me.
It's dumb. It is so stupid. But
Also on kickers, Harrison Butker expected to play.
oh, thank God. Yeah. Chiefs. Woo! Thank God they're figuring out their kicker situation. I can't wait till Butker misses his first field goal back. Oh, that's going to be the day. Bring back Matt Amendola. Bring him back. Imagine seeing Matt Amendola kick against the Colts, and the Cardinals were like, that guy, my team. Really? What are we? There's literally you could pull the midfielder off the U.S. soccer team, and they would kick better than Matt Amendola. I'm very confused at this. Okay. Big Papa, Louis, Zach Ertz or Taysom Hill? I hate that this is a question. I absolutely hate that this is a question. This is so stupid. I refuse to say Taysom Hill, so it is Zach Ertz. I refuse. It is dumb. I refuse. Zach Ertz. Josh.
I'm also going to go Zach Ertz, but I will say this, and I will preface this because I'm in this type of situation to where I have a really shit team that has been decimated by injuries, and I'm going against one of the top teams, and I'm chasing upside with Michael Thomas out, with Jarvis Landry out, with Chris Olave still questionable. Taysom Hill is in line for another huge game. I can very well see Taysom Hill having a good game, but I still think Zach Ertz is the answer here.
Maybe he catches his second pass of the season.
I'm saying.
God, so stupid.
It
Ariel.
really is.
Ariel, who you got?
Yeah, I like the Taysom Hill chaos if you need that big upside, but I mean, I'd go Ertz if you're actually trying to get consistent points.
Austin.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go Ertz too. The argument for Taysom Hill is like the tight end position is awful anyways. So it's like, why not? Why not try Taysom Hill? Like at this point, if you don't have Mark Andrews or Travis Kelce, like you're pretty screwed. So sure, take a dart throw. But if it were me, I'm picking Zach Ertz. Seattle's been awful against tight ends. Gave up 40 points to TJ Hawkinson. And this could be a weird high scoring game.
I hate Taysom Hill. I think it's so stupid. I'd hate him way less if he was listed as a running back. I'd hate him way less. Mr. Scampers, Granite or syrup in a half PPR?
Syrup.
Well, one tastes good.
Yeah, but what?
Eating Granite when you're drunk is no fun. So
No.
Okay, but I'm going with syrup because if you throw something at syrup, it might actually stick and catch. Whereas if you throw something at Granite, it's just gonna bounce off. So like half PPR. Get the
yeah, but if you're
reception.
trying to defend yourself, you want to defend yourself with.
Got it.
Listen, do you want to defend yourself with syrup?
Defense wins championships,
or
Joe.
a slab of Granite.
Fantasy football.
I think you can defend yourself with syrup. It's like the classic pour the syrup on the ground and then they slip and fall.
I thought that was a banana peel.
You can do syrup too.
Okay, nice. I'm going to take Granite because I think you can, smack someone over the head with it and, give them a minor concussion, but then they can still come into the game 2 drives later and play for the Miami Dolphins. So I think that's totally fine. I think Granite has no issue or consequences whatsoever in the NFL. It's going to cause concussions, but, the league there's like, oh, you're fine, right? Yeah, totally. Your eyes are crossed, between your eyes and you can't see anything, but that's totally fine. Granite, great question. George Kittle or Taysom Hill? This is actually a real question. And he also adds to this that there's no Trent Williams. So this is kind of why it's a question. But George Kittle or Taysom Hill, Josh?
I actually really like Kittle's matchup this week. So I think I would probably lean that. Again, it's kind of similar with the Ertz and Taysom Hill question. If you want more of the consistency, give me Kittle. But really just kind of depends on my opponent and everything else on whether or not I would take Hill. But yeah, I'm still going to go the more traditional tight end route here with Kittle.
Okay. Ariel?
I want to have faith that Kittle is actually the talented elite player that he is. So I'm going to go Kittle. But yeah, it's not been great this year. It's been a little scary. So hopefully
Austin.
this is the week.
Austin?
Yeah, I'm also going Kittle. I mean, Falcons are the 3rd worst team against the tight end position this season. And Kittle, I mean, this is going to be his, 3rd game back from injury. He almost scored a touchdown last week. I think he's going to get back rolling. I'd rather take him.
Fuck Taysom Hill. George Kittle. Fuck Taysom Hill.
I feel like that's going to be the subtitle of this episode.
Would you rather lose with Taysom Hill getting 1 point in your lineup or George Kittle getting 1 point in your lineup? I would much rather lose with my 3rd round pick or 2nd round pick in some leagues getting 1 point instead of some asshole that I took off waivers.
Okay, to flip that script, would you rather lose with 6 points from George Kittle on your bench or 30 points of Taysom Hill on your bench?
I would rather lose with 30 points from Taysom Hill on my bench. Fuck Taysom Hill, that asshole. And so dumb. He's so dumb. He is the Clyde Edwards-Helaire of the New Orleans Saints. He's on the field for 7 plays and he gets all of his points in those 7 plays. Like, you can't predict that. That's so stupid. It's so dumb, and I hate it.
To the max.
Okay, but deep cut, Taysom Hill or Joshua Smith?
Joshua Smith. A smash start Joshua Smith. Dude. Chigoziem Okonkwo from the Tennessee Titans over Joshua Smith. The only person, or over Taysom Hill, excuse me. The only person I'm not starting over Taysom Hill is Cole Kmet for reasons previously stated. Okay? For reasons previously stated, that's the only person I'm not starting over Taysom Hill. Okay?
Hey, fun fact though, Cole Kmet is currently starting one of my best ball lineups.
Congratulations. Are
Because they
you
win on
losing?
Thursday.
Exactly. That's the joke. Thank you for getting it.
Yeah, hey, that's great.
It was like the one best ball league where it's like, I have to take Cole Kmet just so if he does go off, I can at least be on somewhat of the train to benefit from that. But it's the only place I have him.
And that's why I have one Taysom Hill and it's in a best ball.
Fuck
Yeah,
Taysom
same.
Hill.
Actually, yes,
Yeah.
same.
I don't care. Fuck him. I think it's stupid. One of our listeners said they're only required to start him at quarterback now, and I gave him a standing ovation on Wednesday, and I thought that was fantastic. But Thursday night, shitty game. I did call Justin Fields as an upside in the top 12 this week, so I feel solid about what has started. If Darnell Mooney would have caught the touchdown, that would have been great to end the game. But also, I'm pretty sure Prime Video is run by people that have only watched like pickleball in their lifetime, because they didn't show the backside of the Darnell Mooney catch. Because also, I think Kirk Herbstreit watches the game facing the opposite wall because he has no clue what is happening. He was like, Mooney has to catch that. That's an easy catch. Fucker, the defender's hand was in the middle of the ball. What do you mean? And if they showed the backside angle, maybe Kirk Herbstreit in his tiny fucking goggles could have seen that. God, go back to college football, you moron. How do these people have jobs? Al Michaels is too old, and it's very clear. Kirk Herbstreit's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh. Carrington, hello. How are you this morning? I'm very angry because people are dumb. We started off with two Taysom Hill questions. I want to flip a table.
To be fair, you're the one that queued him up. You could have went in other directions.
I am here to please the people, Joshua. Okay, Mr. Scampers is a loyal listener, and he asked a question. I didn't have to bring up my dad's. Fuck my dad. I didn't have to bring that one up, but I'd feel bad. So I see him in 2 days. I go back home. He'd yell at me. He's also probably like paying for my lunch, dinner, breakfast for the next 10 days. So like I kind of, get on the good side. Carrington, Zeke or Tyler Algier in a PPR? It feels like this should be an easy to choose Zeke, or should be easy to choose, but Zeke hasn't been very impressive this season. Algier is at home against the San Francisco 49ers, and Zeke is in Philly. I don't think either of these guys have great matchups.
I will go on the side of Zeke, and I'll explain why. Philly's run defense is very suspect. They're tied for the fourth most yards per carry allowed at 5.0. Dallas plays well on defense, and this is going to be, I think, a very close game, which is going to keep Zeke very involved. San Francisco is dominant against the run this year.
They're number one, I think, against fantasy running backs.
Say what?
I think they're number one against fantasy running backs.
Correct. Yeah, like they're top 3 at least.
Yeah.
So Algier's going to get carries, and he's looked really good, but they're still going to split with Caleb Huntley. Mariota's going to get his share. Falcons in general are just a very low efficient offense, but they're not going to throw enough to keep a defense to say, you know what? Yeah, we're just going to not stop the run this play. So I'm going to lean Zeke here.
Trash.
Yeah, I'd probably go Zeke for some of the same reasons. I think he has a better shot to get you some consistent points and
at least fall in the end zone too.
Yeah, he should get some work there. So I don't know. I'd go Zeke, but yeah, he hasn't been great this season. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Austin.
Yeah, I would also go Zeke. And the only thing I would add here is Atlanta wants to slow down the game. They want to run as few plays as possible, it seems like. And they particularly want to pass the ball as little as possible for whatever godforsaken reason. But they are not going to be able to run on the 49ers. And so it's just going to be a miserable watching experience on Sunday. And I would much rather watch Zeke run a 4.8 and fall into the end zone than watch the Falcons run all of their running backs into this 49ers defense.
If Algier had a good matchup, I think I would play Algier. But yeah, no, he's playing literally the best fantasy run defense this week. And yes, the 49ers are missing Mosley, potentially Bosa, Eric Armstead. Like, they're missing a lot of people. I don't care. They still have Troy Polamalu Light and Talanoa Hufanga, however you say his last name. They've pronounced it multiple ways. But yeah, you're going with the guy who's, again, I don't like the matchup against Philly, but it's division rivals. You have no idea what's going to happen in a division game, so I'll roll Zeke. And honestly, Zeke could have 17 carries and have the same amount of yards as Algier does on 2. I think either way, these guys are going to be very similar, and whoever you start, you're going to be disappointed. So roll with
what
Zeke.
It's worth, Zeke averages over 97 rushing yards per game against Philly in his career. And to answer your previous inquiry about 49ers, they're the 4th stingiest against fantasy running backs.
Okay. I remember I saw someone was playing against the 49ers that I had on my team, and I thought I saw first next to them on ESPN in terms of like the ranking of their opponents. So yeah,
I was looking at 33rd Team's Edge tool for there. So
okay.
I mean, obviously it'll vary by platform, but
yep. Scampers, half PPR, sit 1. Gabe Davis, Dalvin Cook, Joe Mixon, Mike Williams. Gabe Davis is in Kansas City. Dalvin Cook is in Miami. Joe Mixon is in New Orleans, and Mike Williams is at home against the Denver Broncos on Monday Night Football. Josh.
This is going to sound honestly sacrilegious of me, but I'm sitting Mike Williams here. I want every single piece I can get of that Buffalo-Kansas City game, and I know there's probably a good chance that Gabe Davis comes away with 3 points, but there's also a really good chance he comes away with 33. Dalvin against Miami, they can't stop anybody on that Miami defense. They've been so bad this year. New Orleans is not the same defensive front. They've looked very vulnerable, especially to running backs, it feels like. Mixon's going to get carries even if he's inefficient. Mike Williams against Denver, if they put Patrick Surtain on him, he's not going to have a great week. And I brought it up on Wednesday. Herbert against Denver in LA has not been pretty through 2 years of his career. So I think there's a lot of limitations there. They do potentially get Keenan Allen back, which I think if that's the case, then Mike Williams is just going to kind of fall by the wayside and Keenan's going to be the preferred target over the middle.
God, I hope so. Ariel.
Well, like I said, I mean, Surtain's going to play on the outside where Mike Williams is. So
yeah,
I think that's going to open up the middle for Keenan Allen. So
yep. Ariel.
Yeah. If Allen is back, definitely sit Williams. If not, I'd probably sit Mixon. I just don't think he's going to do much against New Orleans. He hasn't. I don't know. He's been like pretty inefficient this year, right? And doesn't feel great. I don't know. I go by Vivalytics. I don't have data to back this up.
Fuck analytics.
I was about to say, you just made a great friend in Joe.
Yeah. Fuck analytics. Austin.
Well, so Gabe Davis, I think, is still questionable. And so that decision might get made for you if he ends up getting ruled out. And I agree with Josh on this one with sitting Mike Williams. The other thing I would add, apart from Pat Surtain, is that Justin Herbert has actually been one of the worst quarterbacks against the blitz this season. And the Broncos like to blitz. And so this could end up being kind of an ugly offensive game for the Chargers. As much as I want them to succeed, I'm a little bit nervous about this. That Broncos defense has been good. So I'm sitting Williams.
Brandon Staley, absolute genius, though, going forward on fourth down on his own 42. Up here with it. I'm going
to pose this question just because I've gotten this asked literally the same question by two people. Would you start Justin Herbert or Geno Smith this week?
Geno Smith, smash start. Not even a question. He's unsittable. He's unsittable. What do you mean? Unsittable.
It feels gross, but I would probably start Geno Smith. I would just say, like, I've set my DFS lineups for the week. I don't have Justin Herbert anywhere, which, wait a minute, that's because he plays on Sunday night.
Besides, he plays Monday night.
Monday night.
They don't play Sunday night. They play
but
Monday
I wouldn't anyways. Like, if he was in the main slate, I would still probably start Geno over him. Yeah, I mean, some of it's the matchup too. Like, this Arizona defense is awful. And Denver is one of the top defenses. So, yeah, I'll go Geno Smith until he proves otherwise.
Yeah. I hate that that's it, but yeah, Geno. Yes.
I love all of the like memes of Geno like over here, like cooking a delicate meal and like pureeing stuff. And then Russ over here with the Oreo and ketchup. That's from an actual Instagram page. Just for the record, I can't remember the hash the app, but I'll get it to you. It's awful. Yeah,
Oreos and ketchup, gross.
I've seen pictures of Russ in Seattle, and it's Russ in the Seahawks uniform, and then Russ in Denver, and it's the mugshot of Tiger Woods after he was arrested. So they're absolutely going in on Russell Wilson, which needs to happen because it's ridiculous. Carrington, also, if you start Taysom, you have to name your team Taysom D's Nuts. Nice. I don't have CeeDee Lamb on my team. My team name is CD's Nuts. So
that's fair. The Instagram page I was referencing is Benchwarmer Brandon Carney on Instagram.
Nice.
He's a good follow.
All right, there you go. Michael over on Facebook. I don't think I've seen Michael in a minute on here.
He's also Mike 25 on YouTube. So
Irv Smith, I imagine, or Dalton Schultz.
Correct.
Josh.
I'm going to go Irv. As bad as Philly has been against tight ends in recent years, they're actually top 10 in the league against tight ends this year. And Dalton Schultz is still dealing with that knee injury. He came back and promptly left last week. To me, it's just the situation to avoid, and Irv Smith is Ryan's tight end stream of the week. So as bad as he's been at tight ends, take that for what you will. But I would still lean Irv Smith. The targets are there. The opportunity just needs to come about, and Dolphins have been god awful, not only on defense, but also against tight ends.
Ariel.
Yeah, I'd go Irv. I think Dalton coming back from injury with Cooper Rush is not a great situation. And I don't know. Dalton Schultz is talented. He hasn't really done enough this year to, I don't know. He hasn't worked his way into the offense. Like, I'm not starting him in his first game back.
Mm-hmm. Austin.
Yeah, I have nothing to add to that. I would go Irv Smith.
Irv Smith. It's gross, but Irv Smith. Carrington, Jeff Wilson, or Travis Etienne in a peeper? Josh.
I mean, don't we know it's Jeff Wilson season? Like,
Jeff Wilson season. Yes.
I mean, look, the Falcons defense is hot ass. No offense, Austin. Like, it's god awful. Etienne, I like Etienne against the Colts defense. So,
isn't hot ass a good thing?
It's early. Leave me alone, Joe.
A good thing. Again, male or female.
I guess depends on how you want to define hot. Let's put it that way. So it could be steaming hot, which would be bad. So there's that. Yeah, give me Jeff Wilson. There's not a lot of receiving value there, but he's going to get enough on the ground and potentially touchdowns to outweigh any receiving usage that Etienne would get.
Ariel.
I agree. I think Jeff Wilson is definitely a better start, safer, which I don't know. Not just safer, but better, I guess. Yeah.
Austin.
I hate it. I've tried to avoid being on the Jeff Wilson train as long as possible.
Can't do it, man.
I finally had to put him in my DFS article.
Chugga.
It's Jeff Wilson. And yeah, Atlanta's defense is awful. I've been saying if we just get a quarterback, a defense, and an offensive line, we'll be great.
So everything.
Yeah,
but that's a lot.
All you need is a football team, and then you'll actually start. Yeah, you'll start winning.
All we need is something to support Kyle Pitts and Drake London.
Yeah. I am gonna Jeff Wilson. I hate Travis Etienne. It was a dumb draft pick. You should not have drafted him at 23. And I think Jeff Wilson's better. So I also think James Robinson's better than Travis Etienne, and I will not be taking questions at this time. So from Nick Peroni, nice name. Would you trade Jimmy Garoppolo and Michael Thomas for Tom Brady, or would you rather trade Lockett for Kyler? I mean, if you want either of the quarterbacks, I'm going to tell you, I think the Jimmy and Michael Thomas trade is probably better for Brady. And it looks like the entire delegation agrees, so I won't even go around the horn and ask questions.
I don't know how you can trade Lockett right now. The dude's been absolute fire. Like,
yeah.
You know, as bad as that defense is, Gino's going to keep slinging it, and he's looking Lockett's way. So, not to say he's avoiding Metcalf. Like, Metcalf's still doing well also, but Lockett's been a lot more hit than miss of late. So, yeah. I'd rather have Brady and Lockett here than Kyler or Michael Thomas. So,
and you're keeping Jimmy on your team, so I would get rid of Bum Garoppolo and Michael Thomas and get Tom Brady. Yeah, and Mr. Scampers chimes in. So hot ass or hot ass? I think is really what we're. I think it's the real question here.
I'm going to start the second one.
The second one. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to start the first one.
What's the scoring system?
I don't know.
Standard.
Yeah. I don't really know. I can't even make a clean joke on that, and I'm going to just choose to not. So, Mostert, London, or Isaiah McKenzie for a flex in a PPR. Josh.
Yeah, it's gotta be McKenzie. The targets are definitely there for London, but again, tough matchup. Although I do think London will be okay with Mosley going down. Mostert's going to Mostert. He's going to get touches. The efficiency numbers are there, but I don't know how you can want to sit anybody from this Chiefs-Bills matchup. So give me McKenzie.
Ariel.
McKenzie, London, Mostert, but if you need big upside, maybe go London. I don't see McKenzie having that massive upside that you could get from London, but McKenzie's safer. No
Austin.
Mostert.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. If you're looking for the ceiling play, I tend to play for floor more often than not. So I would go Mostert, London, McKenzie. I think what are the Falcons playing in the 1 p.m. or 4 p.m. games?
1.
Yeah. So I would say like if there's a way for you to late swap this, I don't think there is. I would consider like how are you doing after the 1 o'clock games and maybe throw McKenzie in, but given these options, I don't think that's going to be an option. So I would go Mostert for the volume.
I
just feel like
McKenzie.
the moment you trust Mostert, they're gonna run Chase Edmonds out. So
I'm going McKenzie. I like everyone in the Bills game and Chiefs game. I don't care who it is. Well, I take that back. I don't like any of the Chiefs receivers, but you're gonna have to play them because they're gonna have to throw the football 117 times. The issue is none of them are going to catch touchdowns because Travis Kelce is just going to get all of them with inside the 3-yard line.
Or Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
God, how dare I forget LSU's greatest. God, Death Valley's greatest. Clyde Edwards-Helaire as our lovely Tony Romo likes to announce his name. God, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. It is so stupid. I hate Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's not even that good. Patrick Mahomes makes 17 people miss in the backfield, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire's wide open on a freaking pitch. What? That's how he gets his fantasy points? So stupid. At least Mecole Hardman sucks this year, and I'm gonna rest my laurels on that one. Half PPR, sit 1. Drake London, Garrett Wilson, Kareem Hunt. Hashtag Vibe Analytics for life. Or Vibalytics. Sorry, Vibalytics for life. Okay, Josh.
I'm gonna sit London here. Yeah, I like Wilson. I like Hunt. Both with decent matchups. I know the Packers D has been kind of hit or miss, but I mean, they're gonna throw the football. The Jets have to, and I want a piece of that with Garrett Wilson. So. And like we've mentioned, London has a tough matchup. The targets are there for both him and Wilson, but excuse me, there's just nothing going right in Atlanta on offense, so it's really hard to trust London. So I'd sit him.
Ariel.
Yeah, I agree. London is riskier, but I'd sit Wilson. I think he could just do nothing against Green Bay, and yeah, they're gonna throw it, but they could throw it to, I don't know.
I mean, they're not going to Elijah Moore. We know that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with Ariel on this. I would sit Garrett Wilson just because I'm not quite sure the connection is there yet with Zach Wilson. And we saw it with Joe Flacco, but I want to see it with Zach Wilson before I'm putting him back in my lineups. Drake London, he's probably going to get the targets. And so I feel safer about the volume.
I think the Jets win this week, so I'm gonna sit Drake London. Oh, Green Bay is in shambles. Until they realize that Aaron Jones should be given the ball 35 times a game, they are going to continue to lose. Because
I feel like they're probably pissed though after losing to the Giants, and they're not going to lose to a second New York team.
I mean, dude, Aaron Rodgers looks so apathetic right now; it's ridiculous.
Also,
he's looked apathetic for years.
Yeah, but this is a new level of apathetic. Like
this is I don't give a shit anymore. Also, I haven't seen him without his helmet off or without a hat. But is he like Mr. Potato, Play-Doh head? Like his hair's just kind of coming out like this, and it's shaved everywhere, and it's just patches. Because whenever he has his hat on, it looks like he has just weird strands of hair hanging out, and I don't like it. I think I hate Aaron Rodgers. Absolute bum. Absolute bum.
I just he has the owl eyes, and I feel like they've gotten worse over time, and it's probably the drugs, and I just can't stop thinking about it every time he's on the screen.
He always looks depressed. Always. It's not even angry. It's not even mad. It's just depression overcomes him at every single moment. Oh, terrible. Yeah, I'll sit Drake London in this whole thing. I think the Jets win. I think Garrett Wilson has to be a part of that. So Fave rocks. Pickens or Miles Sanders in a PPR. He has Deontay Johnson as well. So that is obviously why he's asking this question. Josh.
I'm gonna lean Pickens just for the simple fact that the Steelers are going to have to throw to keep up, and it really doesn't matter if you're starting both Deontay and Pickens, in my opinion. Dallas has been really freaking good against the run. Miles Sanders doesn't have great career numbers against Dallas. The last time he played them, he had 2 rush attempts. Granted, it was for 27 yards, but I mean, he left early with an injury, but still, like, there's not a lot of data going back that he's been good against them. And again, they've been good against the run this year. And that's what they're going to key in to stop, in my opinion, is slow down the running game with Ertz and Sanders. So give me the Steelers passing attack. Like I said, I don't love that you're starting both Deontay and Pickens, but in a game where Brady's going to put up 49 points, you're going to have to throw to keep up. So give me both of them.
Ariel.
Yeah, it looks like also the Bucs have been pretty bad, like allowing a lot of points to wide receivers. So I don't think it's the end of the world to start both of the Steelers wide receivers. I think you can still get production out of both of them.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Because the Bucs secondary is trash. Austin.
I would search the waivers, frankly. Like, I don't want to start either of these players. I'm not convinced that the Pittsburgh Steelers are able to pass the ball successfully this week. I mean, they were playing from behind last week, and the Buffalo Bills secondary is a different animal, but also the Buffalo Bills secondary was injured last week, and they put up.
So what you're saying is you don't think
3 points.
Steelers are going to have to throw to keep up this week?
Yeah, but they couldn't do it last week. Is the point?
They threw 375 yards last week.
Okay, I hope those 375 yards help
then it's catches and yards. You're not as worried about
Pickens had over 100 last week.
Okay. I just don't think that's going to be sustainable. Like, I don't think it's going to happen this week. And also,
Come on, Austin. Garbage time is your friend.
Yeah, that's why we love Justin Fields on the final drive. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, I don't like either of these matchups. I think Pickens is still hit or miss. Like, and I don't think this is as much of a blowout as last week was. So I would prefer to see what my other options are. If I have to choose between these two, I'm going to pick George Pickens, mostly because I've been off the Miles Sanders train for 3 years. But I mean, I would be looking elsewhere if possible.
Back in.
Tom Brady bends over Mike Tomlin over the metaphorical barrel and fucks him every time that he plays the Steelers. So whatever you think Buffalo did last week, multiply that by 2. And that's what the Bucs will be doing this week. Because like in his career, Tom Brady could be 86 and the Steelers wouldn't be a franchise anymore. If they came back for a day as the Steelers, Tom Brady would destroy them at 86 years old. Them and the Buffalo Bills are the 2 franchises that he historically destroys in the NFL. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where. He destroys the Steelers. I will take George Pickens in this matchup all day because while Kenny Pickett can't find the end zone with his arm, he can find George Pickens. And George Pickens will be matched up against bums like Jamel Dean and Carlton Davis. That's who he's matched up against. If you ask yourself, oh, who's that guy? Exactly. He's matched up against absolute jokes of an NFL secondary. We've said for the past 4 years that the worst part of the Bucs defense is their secondary. Guess what they haven't addressed in the last 4 years? Their secondary. It still sucks outside of Antoine Winfield. So, George Pickens, smash start. He will have over 100. I don't know if he finds the end zone. That apparently is very elusive to the Pittsburgh Steelers right now at this point. But I think George Pickens has over 100. Carrington said he just got CD in Dynasty, so he changed it to CD's nuts.
Oh my God. And that was an absolute fleece of a trade. I could not believe it.
We love that. Okay. David Blue. New face in here. Half PPR, 2 flex. Another freaking Kittle and Taysom Hill. Listen, David, we've had some. I think you're the third person to have a Taysom Hill question. Second person to have the Kittle and Taysom Hill question. But this is interesting because it's a flex as a whole, so we don't even have to play either of them in this whole instance if you don't want to. You can also play Romeo Doubs, Ezekiel Elliott, DJ Moore, Isaiah McKenzie. Half PPR, 2 flexes. Who are you choosing, Josh?
McKenzie probably Kittle.
Okay. Ariel.
I'm going to go McKenzie and Elliott. DJ Moore is like a maybe, but I worry with PJ Walker coming in.
You worry with PJ Walker? I am excited with PJ
Fair.
Walker. Are you kidding me? PJ Walker.
I just worry about the Panthers.
Dude, PJ Walker.
The
PJ
Panthers.
Walker has been sitting on the bench saying, "Oh my God, DJ Moore is open on every single play. Maybe we should throw to him." It's happening. It's not going to happen this week, but I have hopes for it. Austin.
So this is what happens when we get like 6 players. We all end up choosing different people. So for me, I'm taking George Kittle and Romeo Doubs because, I mean, like I said earlier, McKenzie, he has the ceiling, but I don't think he has the floor. DJ Moore, I need to see what this Panthers offense is before I put him back in my lineup. Don't like the matchup with Elliott, and I don't believe in Taysom Hill other than a gadget player. So
Fuck
I'll
Taysom
take
Hill.
Kittle.
Fuck Taysom Hill. Wait, that's what we should just change the episode title to. It's not episode 41 Starts a Device. It's episode 41 Fuck Taysom Hill NFL Week 6. That's what it is. YouTube's going to flag it, but that's totally fine.
Take our video down.
Fine.
Yeah. I'm going to
Hate
go, God. Yeah, I'll go, because again, I guess receptions don't, fuck. Kittle, and I think your other best chance to get in the end zone is Isaiah McKenzie. I'm okay with Dubs as well. I think Dubs will be more consistent. But he also will probably run against Sauce Gardner. No Christian Watson. So my guess is he runs against Sauce Gardner because Cobb will be in the slot. That's the only thing that kind of worries me about that situation. But it might be Lazard too. You might get lucky he opts on the other side. I'll go Kittle and McKenzie. I like a lot of people in the
Yeah, that
Bills
was
game.
my big worry with Dobbs is the Sauce Gardner effect, because number ones, which I know Green Bay doesn't really have a number one, but a lot of number ones against the Jets haven't really been great.
Yeah. Okay. From Wendy, is Malcolm Brown worth a bench spot while waiting to see what is up with Akers? She has an available spot. No.
Agree. Go get Kyron
No.
Williams. If you're looking for another running back
get
in that
anybody.
backfield, get Kyron Williams, not Malcolm Brown.
I didn't even know Malcolm Brown was employed. And when she said Malcolm Brown, I thought she was talking about former New England Patriots defensive tackle Malcolm Brown. And that's
They brought
that's in my
Malcolm Brown
head.
back. They've just brought him up off the practice squad. Kyron Williams isn't healthy. Let's remember this. And he's
coming off of
literally
IR soon, though.
And soon, exactly. Brown could be playing as early as tomorrow. So you have an extra spot. I don't hate it. I'm not saying that you're going to trot him out to start him,
I hate
but
it.
this is Sean McVay we're talking about here. Remember, what was it, 4 or 5 years
Hold
ago? Brown was scoring all the freaking touchdowns when they moved on from Todd Gurley. This is a classic McVay guy. I could very easily see him saying, you know what, we'll give Brown 2 touchdowns, and then he turns into some vulture fullback or something.
No.
Maybe we do both. Like, do Malcolm Brown this week, and then when Kyron Williams comes off of IR, be early on the jump on that. Because I'm assuming if you're asking this question, you're doing pretty well in your league, that you're having a free spot that you can just fill with a random player. So you could do Malcolm Brown for the week, and then when Kyron Williams coming off of IR, look there. I mean, I personally like Kyron Williams. I think he was going to get to play some before he got hurt on the opening kickoff of the first game of the season. But yeah.
No. Just no. I mean, I'm just looking to see like who is available for running backs, and this is a 12 team with a deep bench. Rashad White. I would take Rashad White. I take Mark Ingram. At this fucking point, I take Tevin Coleman because he's back in an offense he knows. Caleb Huntley, Josh Kelly's getting run. Craig Reynolds is on a bye, so that hurts. DJ Dallas, like there's got to be some of these guys before Malcolm Brown at this point, unless you're in this could be a 16-team league and it could be super deep. But there's got to be someone better than practice squad, a Mike Tolbert light Malcolm Brown. Like there has to be somebody better than that.
I'll throw this up from Ryan in the comments. I mean, this kind of says it perfectly. Sign Williams first, put him on IR, and then bring in Brown. So there's that.
I like it.
Ryan, I hate you. Go away. Start bringing
I mean,
logic into this. Jeez. Deontay, DJ, or Drake London in a full PPR? Josh, I know your answer. It's Deontay Johnson. Ariel.
Deontay.
Okay. Austin.
Yeah, I mean, this one's easy for me, Deontay.
I already told you Tom Brady's putting up 1,000 points against the Steelers. So it's Deontay
Watch him
Johnson.
put up like 10. Watch it be like
Austin, shut up.
Watch it be like week.
Careful, Austin. You're gonna get the boot here shortly.
Remember how week 1 last year the Buffalo Bills couldn't score shit on the Pittsburgh Steelers? It's gonna be that this weekend just because you've been hyping up Tom Brady.
I hate you. I hate you. So stupid. Andre Arevalo. 1, great name. 2, okay, and I know this is not this dude's first name. All I can think of is Alvin Gentry, former head coach of the New Orleans Pelicans in the NBA. That's the only person I can think of. Who is Gentry? Someone please help me.
Zach Gentry. He's the backup tight end, now starting tight end for the Steelers.
Okay, thank you. Noah Fant or Cade Otton. It didn't matter who Gentry was. I'm starting Noah Fant. I picked him up in multiple leagues this week. I like his matchup. Josh?
I actually prefer Disley to Fant when it comes to the Seahawks, but they're targeting the tight end position as a whole enough that I think Fant will be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, the Steelers in general just suck on defense, and Cade Otton's been pretty heavily involved. I don't hate Otton here personally.
If Brate doesn't play, I like Otton as well. Ariel?
I'd go Fant for safety, but you could go Gentry for upside. I don't know. Maybe we're leaning too much on Steelers actually doing things. So,
well, Pickens has looked at the young guys. I mean, when he first came into the game, Freiermuth was the dude he was looking at because Freiermuth is closer to the line of scrimmage. So it's not bad logic. Austin?
I agree with Josh on this one. I would go Will Disley if he's available ahead of Fant, and then Fant's fine. Otten, the thing with him is like I'm not sure exactly which tight end is the number 1 in that offense right now, because 2 weeks ago it looked like Cameron Brate was starting to stick out, and then last week it was back to Otten. So it feels a little bit more.
Week, so.
Oh, well, that explains that.
Yeah,
I'm still going Will Disley and then Noah Fant.
Yeah, why I'm okay with Fant is, again, like they're looking at the tight end, and also Arizona is, at least in this league that I'm in, they're the second worst against the tight end.
Hot trash.
So yeah, garbage.
They've been awful.
Yeah. So
and like they haven't been playing elite tight ends either. They played Travis Kelce in week 1, and then since then it's like been pretty typical of tight ends.
Yeah. From Czar, good morning. Flex 2, Dobbins, Eno, ETN, Devonta Smith. I'm going to take a wild guess and say everybody's going to say yes to Devonta Smith of this group. Okay, at least 2.
Fire up Eno Benjamin, baby.
Oh yeah, I'm Devonta Smith and Eno Benjamin.
Yep.
Easy. Austin?
I'm definitely Benjamin. The decision for me is between Dobbins and Devonta Smith. I mean,
hey, 4-1 New York Giants.
The Giants
Look
have been
out.
good against the run.
They have been good.
Yeah, I mean,
Surprisingly.
that's true. I don't know. Also, I feel like ETN has enough pass catching upside that he could be legitimate, but
No.
I don't know. It's hard for me to say because I want to see Philadelphia go up against an elite defense, and they haven't yet. They just haven't. And so I am very curious how this game is going to go for them. And Devonta Smith, like, to me, he could go for 3 for 100 and a touchdown, or he could go for 2 for 20. And
I would just like to remind everybody, Tutu Atwell burned Trayvon Diggs last week.
Huh.
This isn't about Trayvon.
Fucking Atwell.
This isn't about Trayvon, though.
Yeah,
this isn't about Trayvon. This is about.
You're right.
This
It's
is
about Devonta Smith going against one of these corners. If Tutu Atwell can beat one of these fucking corners, Devonta Smith is going to destroy
Tutu Atwell.
This isn't about the cornerback room, though. This isn't about the cornerback room for me, though. It's about the front 7 for Dallas.
We have the best offensive line in football. The Eagles have the best.
You've played 5 awful defenses though through the first 5 weeks of the season. I just want to see what's going to happen when Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence are coming after Jalen Hurts in a
Cool.
divisional
Bring
matchup.
him, baby.
I would like to add that Tutu Atwell toasted Trayvon Diggs, and the Los Angeles Rams have the worst offensive line in football. So if we're looking at front seven, the Rams have the worst offensive line in football, and Tutu Atwell still got behind Trayvon Diggs. Because again,
was this in
Trayvon
junk
Diggs
time?
is
Because it
garbage.
was because Dallas was ahead in that game most of the time. So like,
No.
are we talking
Atwell
like
literally just blew right by him. Like Diggs was running full speed.
Trayvon Diggs is not a good corner. I can't even name you.
I'm
their
not here to
second
defend
corner.
Trayvon. I'm saying the overall defense
Brown.
is going to be a new problem for Jalen Hurts in this offense that they haven't
think
dealt
it
with
is.
this season. I think they're probably going to be fine, but it does give me enough pause to be like, maybe I'll consider Travis Etienne or J.K. Dobbins
Screw
before
Travis Etienne.
just saying like, yeah, smash Devonta Smith.
Smash Devonta Smith. 10 for 87 last week. Smash Devonta Smith. 10 for 87. Smash Devonta Smith. Scampers says finally has the courage to drop Mecole Hardman in Dynasty. Oh, wow. Ryan, I hope you're still in the chat, my guy. I hope you're still in the chat. I hope you're there. Because you want to know who's not dropped? Marquez Valdez-Scantling. You idiot. I'm not saying he's like worlds better, but at this point in time, I am so far right over you over that Mecole and Marquez Valdez-Scantling debate.
This is going to be the week he goes 5 for 102 touchdowns.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Andre, again, Pittman or Isaiah McKenzie. This is an interesting one. Pittman at home against the Jaguars, obviously a team that, well, frankly, has owned them in Jacksonville, but it's been a different story in Indianapolis. Isaiah McKenzie, as we all know, he's going to be in a lot of questions this week. Josh.
Pittman is definitely the safe option, but the upside leans McKenzie.
Okay. Ariel.
Yeah, that feels pretty accurate. Like, I kind of want to chase the points in the Buffalo-Kansas City matchup, but if you're looking for safety, Pittman.
Austin.
Yeah, I'm probably more likely to play Pittman here. Part of my hope is that the Colts have had 10 days between their last game, and so they kind of get like a little bit of a bye-ish week to kind of regroup and recenter, and so I'm hoping that comes out on Sunday. And McKenzie, again, it's just too volatile, so it's hard for me to know for sure. I'd rather go Michael Pittman.
I want to say, like, if you're chasing points because the Thursday night football matchup, really hurt you, it fucking didn't. So you're probably not chasing points. Maybe if you started, I don't know, Terry McLaurin.
Look, if you started Curtis Samuel, then you're chasing points. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. So if you started a bum on Thursday that did nothing, then Isaiah McKenzie. But I think if you're chilling, I think Pittman's fine. Indy has played well against Jacksonville historically in Indianapolis. They have just
I don't think
sucked
Frank Reich's ever won a game against Jacksonville in Indy though.
But they haven't played poorly. They literally can't beat them in Jacksonville. But they haven't played poorly against them in Indianapolis. As long as they could put up 20 points and Jacksonville could still win. But if Pittman's out there getting 6 for 80, solid. You'd be kicking yourself if Isaiah McKenzie catches a 70-yard touchdown. But I would say Pittman in this situation. I know we've said Isaiah McKenzie a lot today, but I would say Pittman. That's way safer, I think, and very clear. Matt Ryan is 4th in the league in passing yards. Gross. How is that possible? And they're the 3rd lowest scoring offense. Make it make sense.
He's also the most pressured quarterback in the league right now.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's bad.
He also looks like Bambi after she was born when he's trying to run around back there. He is the least graceful human being in the pocket. It is so gross watching him try and move. I love the Bambi out of the womb reference. That is my favorite reference.
We're getting ready to start this lightning round of questions.
Yes, we are.
Wow, this shot's blowing up. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. We crossed 450 subscribers. On Wednesday, we're giving away a signed Cortland Sutton jersey. So if your YouTube profile is not public, DM us on Twitter at Club Fantasy FFL or Instagram or Facebook at Club Fantasy FFL. Just show us a screenshot of your subscription. I will add you to the wheel when we spin it on Wednesday, so I know who to get a hold of when we have a winner.
Boom. Let's go. Excited. Okay. All right, we're going to fly through this, and I might bring up some just random comments too. Okay, here we go. From Larry, need to decide on Romeo Dubs or Brandon Ayuk. Help. Josh, go quick.
Dubs, because I don't trust Ayuk.
Okay. Ariel.
Ayuk because he's playing Atlanta.
I like it.
Austin.
Dobbs because San Francisco just needs to run.
Dobbs because fuck Ayuk. No one likes him. Jimmy Garoppolo hates him. Deebo Samuel to the fucking moon.
Okay, why didn't we
Hey,
have
I
this
like
conversation
Ayuk.
earlier?
No. I've been on the train since last year, Deebo over Ayuk, and I was very right last year, and I will continue that trade. Wonderful guest. Oh, Ryan, thanks, man. Can you finally fire up Keenan Allen or the lifeless corpse of AJ Dillon out there again? Josh.
You know, I'm going to play it safe with AJ Dillon. I think the Packers have to run the football to win this game, and they've got to get AJ Dillon involved. Unless there's an announcement before the Packers game that Keenan Allen's going to play, trot out AJ Dillon. Ryan, you know better.
Ariel.
Yeah, same. I think Allen is real questionable right now. It looks like so.
Austin.
I've not been an AJ Dillon fan for a minute.
Hell yeah.
So I'd probably still go Keenan Allen if he's playing. If he's playing, you're starting him. You are.
That's the thing. You don't know because they play
Till
Monday night.
Okay. Do you have Josh Palmer available in your league?
That was going to be my next thing. You start Keenan Allen if he's hurt. Just drop.
Or freak Gerald Everett. Like if he's out there, just stash him.
Or in all reality, Keenan Allen and AJ Dillon could score the same amount of points. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm going to start Keenan Allen. Elixirs. Oh my God. Elixirs. The first question from Elixirs comes with 4 minutes left. Oh, we love Elixirs. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. He always brings these up and I didn't realize what it was beforehand. For reference, Elixirs is our resident huge Atlanta Falcons fan. And he always brings up a dumb Younghoe Koo question. So like last week he said, at my 6th flex position, should I start Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, or Younghoe Koo? And we all told him you'd be dumb to sit Younghoe Koo. So obviously that's where you're going. Toronto Dave loves CD's nuts. Hell yeah. He also asked Taysom or Kittle. And just in case you didn't get it on the first time, he also asked again. It's a tough one. Kittle or Taysom. So he just split them up.
Love Dave.
We all said Kittle. For reference, earlier in the show, we all said Kittle because, again, the theme of the show is fuck Taysom Hill. Davey Duckets, play McKenzie and Gabe if the opponent has Josh Allen. Oh, I love
I would
mindfuckery.
honestly play both of them even if your opponent doesn't have Josh Allen.
I love the mindfuckery, though. Yes. Ariel says yes.
Yeah.
Austin, he's going to say no. What a
Gotta be
dick.
contrarian.
What a dick.
Look, there's a good chance this is just Stephon Diggs, Dawson Knox, and then like Devin Singletary.
Dawson
and Khalil
Knox is
Shakir.
a jack fucking squat this year.
And now would be the week for him to do it. Khalil Shakir did nothing until last week. That's all I'm saying. There are so many weapons in this offense. It's just like Kansas City. You can't consistently rely on these guys. You're playing for upside. I love the mental game, but like this is partially why I will not roster 2 Buffalo Bills receivers on my team at the same time. Is I don't want to have to sit and pick and choose because it's going to be one of them. I doubt it will be both, but I would start both.
So everyone's yes, we're starting both. Dave has an actual question. Half PPR, Skoranek or Josh Palmer? Yes, this is where I'm at. You can laugh at me. Josh.
Probably Skoranek.
Ariel.
Yeah, Skoranek, unless we somehow get the update that Allen is out well before you need to make that decision, which we won't.
Austin.
Yeah, I can't believe it, but he's the number 2.
I think every time Stafford throws to Skoranek, he subconsciously thinks that it's Cooper Kupp. I'm 100% convinced because every time I see Skoranek catch a football, I think it's Cooper Kupp because it's 18 and 10 and just, I can't really see the number half the time. I just see the 1. So I'm like, oh, Kupp with another one. Oh, wait, it's Skoranek.
So, Dave, I don't know if you watched the Wednesday show. The ongoing joke anytime someone asks a Matt Stafford question. And I don't know if I feel bad saying this, but we're in a safe space here. Very clearly, Matt Stafford only likes white people at this point. And it's very apparent with who he's throwing to. Higbee, Skoranek, Cooper Kupp. I am sorry, Ben Skoranek does not deserve a roster spot on an NFL offense. He is strictly a special teams guy. Ben Skoranek, because, I mean, at this point, he's white and wears a Rams uniform on the offensive side of the football. It sounds terrible to say. Prove me wrong. Like, prove me wrong.
Someone had to say it.
Thank you. Like, someone had to say it. Like, I don't feel good about it. Like, I don't feel good about it, but it's true. It's terrible to say, but it's true. Quinn, can you rank Aaron Jones, Swift, Dalvin Cook? Let's just assume it's PPR. Josh, quickly.
Well, I'm also assuming this is rest of season because Swift is out. I would go Swift, Jones, Cook.
Ariel.
Swift, Cook, Jones.
Austin.
Swift.
Swift
Jones,
is the consensus
Cook.
one.
Yeah, Swift, Jones, Cook.
Okay. I think if Green Bay wants to win, they need to get Aaron Jones more involved. So I think it is Swift, Aaron Jones, and Cook. You could convince me that Jones could be one, but DeAndre Swift also had like 7 touches in one game and had 20 fantasy points because he's that efficient with the football and he's that good. So when he's healthy, DeAndre Swift is, I mean, honestly, I think when he's healthy, DeAndre Swift's probably the best guy of maybe all 3 of these guys with how good he is shown to be. Alvin Gentry, start him if Will Dissly isn't available. It might as well start Alvin the Chipmunks if those are your choices. So we're really, really good. Akash, PPR 1 QB redraft. Superflex. Wow, that was really confusing. CMC,
how do you go from Dynasty PPR 1 QB redraft? What?
Why can't you just
Gosh, I love you, buddy, but damn.
The answer is Kevin Coleman either way.
Not Christian McCaffrey?
Kevin Coleman to the moon.
I'm sorry, CMC.
Definitely Kevin Coleman.
Who am I missing? CMC, right? Christian McCaffrey, right?
This cannot be a serious question.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
right? Like
This
I'm
is
like,
about as serious as most of the questions we get from elixirs involving Young Wei Koo.
Hey.
Hey,
Love
I
elixirs.
have Young Goiku and Scott Fishbowl.
There you
It's
go.
nice.
Dallas versus Dallas or Everett versus the Mile High Broncos in LA, not Denver. Josh.
Still would go Goddard, but Dallas, the Cowboys have been good against tight ends. It's hard to sit Dallas Goddard right now. He's playing probably one of the best tight ends right now in football.
Ariel.
Goddard.
Austin.
I'd wait as long as possible for a call about Keenan Allen. If Keenan Allen's out, I'd go Everett, but Dallas.
I think Denver's defense is literally the only good part about that team. So, and Justin Simmons also activated off of IR. I don't believe he's back this week, but Kareem Jackson's been solid. I'll go Dallas Goddard too. I don't think either of them have great matchups, but Dallas Goddard. Okay. Would you trade from Guts 50? Would you trade Nick Chubb, Mike Boone, and Jahan Dotson for DeAndre Hopkins, Dalvin Cook, and Josh Jacobs in a 14-man PPR? I wasn't too fond of the Nick Chubb adding in there, but then you threw in Josh Jacobs. Yes.
Yes.
Like Cook over Mike Boone. You could probably say Chubb over Jacobs. That's fine. Or you could put him on even playing field, but D-Hop over Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, this is one of those scenarios where I definitely don't like giving up the best piece in this equation, which is Chubb, but you're getting more than enough back to make up the difference. So, yeah, I would get Jacobs, Cook, and D-Hop there.
And how they've been feeding Josh Jacobs is just he's the guy. And if Josh McDaniels has done one thing right as a head coach, it's feed Josh Jacobs, because very clearly that has not been done.
And Nick Chubb hasn't played a full 16, 17 game season in years, so he's probably going to miss some time. You've probably gotten the best you're going to get out of him so far, and you can move on.
Mr. Scampers telling me to not make up stats. Listen, if Pro Football Focus can make up bullshit, so can I. So if Pro Football Focus can say Deontay Harris is the number 2 wide receiver in the NFL, I can make up whatever fucking stat that I want to, right? Because I saw that
you didn't like stats, though.
No, I like hard stats. I don't like bullshit stats. Like Deontay Harris is Pro Football Focus's number 2 wide receiver in the NFL of 119. He's not even the number 2 receiver on his fucking team. What do you mean he's number 2 in the entire league? So stupid. Carrington, Tua going to miss less time than Keenan's hammy. This is messed up. Again, I choose Granite over maple syrup. If you hear at the beginning of the show, you would understand that reference. Jags defense or Eagles defense? Here's a good question.
Jags.
Josh. I like Jags
the
too.
upside is definitely there. That Colts offensive line has been dog shit.
Lots of sacks. I mean, Matt Ryan has given up multiple fumbles throughout the season. Go Jags.
Ariel Jags. Yep. Okay. Elixirs. Pitts or Taysom Hill, assuming healthy in a standard?
Painful question.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts. I refuse to say Taysom Hill, even though Taysom Hill is probably the right answer. I refuse to say Taysom Hill. He's probably the right answer. I don't want to say it, so someone else say it. I'm saying Kyle Pitts.
I will take Taysom Hill. I don't know how you can sit here and tell me that this isn't another like 2 for 23 game for Kyle Pitts. Like, just
especially with the standard on it. It's like, who is the higher touchdown upside? It's not even
Taysom
close.
Hill right now.
It's not even close. Ariel.
Fuck Taysom Hill, but also I'd go Taysom Hill here.
Fuck Taysom Hill. Yeah. Also, at this point, fuck Kyle Pitts. Right, Austin?
I'm not answering this question. It's too sad for me.
For those that don't know, Austin's a Falcons fan. So this one hits home. Sadly it's Taysom
Also
Hill.
division rival.
Yeah, sadly it's Taysom Hill. Carrington says Taysom D's nuts, so Taysom D's nuts. And I think we only have a couple more. Ryan says Matt Stafford loves to racism. And overcome Cousins or Geno. He's wary of Geno if Lockett is out. He is Geno's go-to guy when under pressure. I'm pretty sure Arizona likes the blitz, or just hold on tight with Russell Wilson. I know we've all said Geno earlier in the show, but does Kirk Cousins swing the needle at all in Miami? Ariel says yes.
Yeah, I think I'd go Cousins over Geno, but it's tough.
Okay, Austin?
I'd stick with Geno. He's been pretty good against the blitz so far. So,
okay, Josh?
Yeah, I'd go Geno here.
Geno as well. I mean, how he's so good against the blitz is he has two guys that run 4.4s, and they beat coverage deep. So, I mean, when DK Metcalf is 6'4" and bigger than the entire secondary, if they stack them all on their shoulders, it's pretty easy for him to go up and catch a football. I'm okay with it. Yeah, Geno is a must start for me. There's like guys like Mahomes and Josh Allen are like guys I would obviously not play. I would not play Geno Smith over, but Geno Smith is a must start, I think. Right now, he's had one bad week, and it was week 2. He's had one bad week, which is crazy to say for Geno Smith. I'm looking. Dave says he'd play Taysom Hill, then Tevin Coleman, then Christian McCaffrey. Akash throws in Jacobs over Chubb. He fears. It's close. I'm low key leaning that way as well, just based on volume and stuff like that. And Millie Mills, he says, rise up, Austin. At least, hey, you have someone to suffer with you. Weirdly,
we are great at suffering.
Weirdly,
together.
we tracked a lot of Atlanta Falcons fans, and I don't know if that's because, like, we're like, is this a sad show? Do we just attract? Do we just attract sad people? Angie, Millie Mills, Elixirs, Austin.
Akash is a Falcons fan too.
Akash, Austin fucking writes for the website. Like, do we just attract sad people? Is that what it is? Do we need to be more cheery?
It's that when your team is bad,
we need to have like a Falcons support group and just bring
this is the Falcons support group. What do you mean?
No, I'm saying like we need like a monthly special, like a 4-week intervention. Like,
Josh, you know what it is?
Space, guys. But then we're just gonna broadcast it and just have some fun with it.
The logo's red, black, and white. What are we fucking doing? We need a rebrand. We need a rebrand. That's it. And you know what we'll rebrand to? Panthers colors. Perfect. That's what we'll rebrand to.
Here's the thing. I almost was like, I live in North Carolina now. So I was like, oh, I could maybe jive with the Panthers. And then every 5 months they send a new quarterback. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm out.
You could be a Charlotte FC fan, though. Or, we could also...
Or a Durham Bulls fan.
Durham Bulls, that's big time.
Defending
or
champs.
We could also rebrand to all orange for the Bears, for Gemmo. Why is everyone here fans of bad teams? What have we done? What have we done? Oh God. All right. Dave, you know what? Fuck you. I'm a Pats fan, but thank God. I mean, one person. Jeez. One person. Gemma, real question. I don't know if this is a real question, but I mean, this could legitimately be a question for some people.
I mean, it could definitely be in a super
100%.
Yeah.
And I will say, Skylar Thompson didn't look like a 7th round rookie coming into a game on, short notice. I'm not going to say he looked terrible. Or PJ Walker. Josh.
I'm going to go Skylar. Everything I've seen from PJ Walker in the NFL is the polar opposite of what I've seen from him when he was in, I think it was the AAF or XFL or whatever it was. PJ Walker looked great in that league, but the couple starts he's had with the Panthers, not it. Give me Skylar.
This is a super flex and Derek Carr's on a bye, so here's why he's in this instance. Ariel.
PJ, but really neither.
I was going to say, if this is super flex, just trot out another running back or wide receiver.
No. You're starting these guys in your quarterback spot. No. The other guy, whoever's your true QB1, bench him. Austin.
I think I will lean Skylar just because you have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and the yards after catch opportunities that can inflate his value.
I am going to say, right, real quick, remind me, who is Carolina playing? I'm forgetting who they're playing this week.
The Rams.
Okay. I am going to go PJ Walker. I think he has a higher rushing upside than Skylar Thompson. And with Matt Rule leaving, who is Steve Wilkes is their interim. So I don't know. I didn't think PJ Walker was terrible when I think he started one game in his career. He might have started the second. I know he's played in more than one, but I believe he's only started one. I don't think he looked terrible. So I'm rolling with PJ Walker. I think he has higher rushing upside. Akash says don't start Taysom. He has like 5 carries a game and 1 target over the season. He's going to have 4 carries for 20 yards this week. Now, here's the question. In a standard, Kyle Pitts might have 2 catches for 23 yards. If Taysom has 4 carries for 20 yards and no touchdowns, you're even playing field. In a PPR, we all, again, Ariel, what's the theme of the show?
Fuck Taysom Hill.
Fuck Taysom
Yes.
Hill. Toronto Dave, DJ Moore or Kareem Hunt. He says, wait, he has Taysom Hill. Shut up. DJ Moore or Kareem Hunt. Josh.
I like Kareem Hunt here.
Ariel.
I think Hunt has both the higher floor and the higher ceiling.
Austin.
I hate it, but Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. New England struggles against pass catching backs. They don't have anybody that can really cover them at the linebacker position out of the backfield. Okay, I'm gonna try and end this at some point. Different streaming defense besides Philly. I am in a conundrum. I don't like starting Philly this week either, but it's between Philly and the Broncos, and clearly the Chargers are a better offense, I think.
I'm going to pull up Ryan's top 5 streams. His stream of the week defense, the Browns against the Patriots. He also names the Vikings against Miami. And the previous 2 have played Thursday, and then Bengals at New Orleans.
I think, too, to add in there, because, again, they have to be under 50% owned in order to make Ryan's list. The Jags, too, might not be a bad start if they're available in your league.
I also actually like the Panthers because of the Rams offensive line and Matt Stafford being Matt Stafford. Like, you're only afraid of Cooper Kupp.
Brian Burns could have easily 2 or 3 sacks. So if you get rewarded for sacks, I agree. Panthers are a good pick. Steven, would you stash Wan'Dale Robinson or DJ Dallas? I'll start. I think at this point, I think you stash DJ Dallas because
I personally would go Wan'Dale.
Okay.
Because you can put Wan'Dale in the IR spot and then pick up DJ Dallas, so you can essentially have both. But
there you go.
With the state of the Giants receiving core right now, Wan'Dale is going to have every opportunity when he gets healthy.
Okay. Ariel.
Wan'Dale for the hope.
Austin.
I'd say Wan'Dale as well, just because his pathway is a little bit clearer to me than DJ Dallas overtaking Kenneth Walker.
I don't know. I just Pete Carroll fucks with me. DJ Dallas. Yeah, Pete Carroll fucks with me. Scamper says he disagrees with the theme of this show. Fuck Taysom Hill.
We disagree with you, Scamper. Sorry.
Taysom Hill or Kirk Cousins? Shut up, Elixirs. McKenzie or Cup? Shut up, Akash. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
Oh, this is great. I love this.
Jamal Agnew or Terrace Marshall? Shut up, Scampers.
Agnew.
What are we? Here's bring up. Elixir says
We're
Jamal
trying to
Agnew.
end the show, guys.
Yeah. Zay Jones or Rondale?
All right,
If Zay,
this feels legitimate.
if Zay Jones is healthy, Zay Jones.
I agree. I will say that for everybody that is holding on to Rondale Moore, this is the game. If he's not doing it this game, you can cut bait and be done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ariel.
If Zay is healthy, I'd go Zay.
Austin.
I'm going Rondale Moore. Matchup's too good.
Nice. Akash says, "Give me Tavon Austin."
Love it.
And okay, I think this is. Okay. We have two actual ones to end the show. Najee or Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders. Austin, I know you're not on the Miles Sanders train, but this should be an easy answer right here.
Austin is still holding out hope because Najee was his RB1 preseason.
I'm
Listen,
so
I have Najee in a league, not against that Bucks front seven.
no, I know, and
Austin, it's okay. You
I
know
just-
we're 3-1, so you could say Najee Harris, and it's totally fine because we're majority on the other side.
it's just like I don't like Miles Sanders, and then I'm so sad about Najee Harris. It's not going to happen this week. I mean, Sanders because he can fall in the end zone, but I hate that.
Austin's official stance is waiver wire, so that's Austin's official stance. Okay, and for real, the last one, Najee or Singletary in a half PPR. I think Singletary.
Yes.
Right, everybody.
Yeah, but it
I
makes me
particularly.
sad that it's
Yeah.
not
Oh,
one.
makes everybody sad.
Oh yeah. I also particularly like Singletary as a DFS tournament option this week because it's a way to get different while still getting access to that game.
Okay. And that is officially it.
Yes.
Wow.
We love all of you. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for helping us hit 450. Hopefully we'll see you all Wednesday night at 7:00 for No Punt Intended.
That was,
We're giving away a signed Cortland Sutton jersey.
I got to say, that was absolutely hilarious. Also, if you want to follow us on Twitch, we're one follower away from being a Twitch partner. So that'd be fun. Dang. Well, thank you, Ariel and Austin, for sticking around for longer. This was fun.
Geno
This
Smith,
was-
gosh, that's your answer. Geno Smith or your favorite 2021 rookie? Oh, you mean that one? Oh, Marshawn Lynch or Calvin Johnson? Ooh.
What?
I mean, if it's a broadcast booth, give me Marshawn Lynch. Let's be honest.
If it's to catch a football in the end zone against the Chicago Bears, also give me Marshawn Lynch. No? Okay. I thought it was funny because remember Calvin Johnson really dropped the ball in the end zone against the Chicago Bears, even though he didn't drop the football. Carrington, thank you all. Remember Taysom D's nuts to any questions you have. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Hot ass to you all. Beer, peace, hockey, and ducks. What? And
Anaheim Ducks.
so apparently Czar says good vibes, and Akash says Mooney or Samuel this week.
Curtis Samuel.
Okay. Curtis Samuel in your captain spot in your DFS lineup.
Oof, that hurt.
Smart. Shout out Brian Robinson though. He got in the end zone. That was cool.
That was
Shout
awesome.
out Brian Robinson. That was cool. All right. 4, Josh at the One Hudsonian. 4, Ariel at Trash Sandwiches, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Austin at Austin_FFL. Myself at Joe_Zollo, not the Bismarck Larks, but please follow the Bismarck Larks. We're announcing our new in-state rival on Thursday, and just let me tell you, it is a funny name. It's a funny name. We talked about hot ass this week. Let me tell you, the word hot is in the name. So, spoiler alert. Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern, I believe, or 8 p.m. Eastern. One of the two. All right, friends. Good luck this week. Thank you, everybody. Always remember, defense wins championships. Offense wins fantasy football. We will see you on Starts a Different Day next week.